Evening.
Huh?
I need to open a locked cupboard. Could you help me with that?
Me? What makes you think that?
Bobby said something.
The fat idiot ought to keep his gob shut.
Now then, can you help me out?
Call a locksmith. You can buy drink from me, nothing else.
Let's have a beer, Tom.
Sure, if you're paying for them both. Just 'cause I own the place doesn't mean I drink for free.
Sure, that's a no-brainer.
What's up? Why aren't you drinking?
I'm not so fast.
Haha, Yanks, can't handle proper beer, eh?
Tom, you didn't want to have a drink today.
Shut your gob, spacko.
You're supposed to be real handy, so I've heard.
There's something in that. My dad had a workshop. I used to help him a lot. I was already tuning mopeds even at 10 years old.
Really? I've got 2 left hands. I can't even crack a simple lock.
Nice try. But I'm not that boozed up. And I'm not an idiot like him over there.
Why don't you have yourself another beer? It's on me.
You don't have to ask me twice.
Please don't.
Now tell me, Tom, just theoretically speaking, how could I crack a lock in an old safe?
They're not so easy to crack. For a start, you need the right tool.
And that would be...
A lockpicking tool.
Aha. And only theoretically speaking, I could get one of those from you?
Do you think I'm a burglar?
I think you'll want the 50 pounds that I'll give you for it.
Get out of it. Go on. Off with your mate, Bobby. You make a lovely couple. A right pair of tots.
70 pounds?
I want 200 quid.
I haven't got that much.
Loser. Then you're not getting that too. You're all losers. Just using me.
I'd like to bet you couldn't drink 3 pints back to back.
You pay, I'll prove I can.
Okay. Go.
There ya are.
I somehow suspected that wouldn't be a problem for you. Are you a burglar, Tom?
What bollocks? It's all lies. You don't get decent people stealing.
Exactly. Then you also don't need a lockpicking tool then, do you, Tom?
Peace off, you wanker! Get out! Give me some peace! Off you go! And take that idiot with you too!
I'm only going once you've given me that tool. Here, 50 pounds, and I'll bring it back to you.
It's not my fault, you know. It's Bobby. If he wasn't like he is, things would be better. They all left me on my own. They only left me that animal. How could a decent person get on like that, with such a millstone around their neck?
The tool, Tom?
Not my fault.
I'll take him home.
I'm really sorry, Bobby.
It's okay, Darren.
feel like the world's biggest asshole. Murray sure enjoys his cup of tea in the evenings. He really seems to like the taste. He's always sipping at it. Who should I call? And what's this thing supposed to be? Huh. The original soul key. Summon dark forces and scare the pants off your friends. Lights up in 3 different colors. Gruesome sound effects. Hellish fun. Batteries not included. I can't get my head around it. That's it. Sweet dreams.
Can I help you?
No. No thank you. I'm tired and I'm gonna go to bed now.
Very well.
I'll give him a couple of minutes. Excellent. He's fast asleep. Apart from me, nobody's checked in today. That's it. The lock's open. That's it. A letter addressed to Angelina Morgan. Oh, you'd better be worth it. A sealed letter. Angelina's name's on it. It was posted yesterday. Locally around here. I ought to read it. It could get me somewhere. Let's see. If anyone's reading this, then something's gone wrong.
My name is Angelina Morgan, and I'm gathering information about Black Mirror Castle, the Gordon family, and a secret society. I feel under threat and am being followed by a man called Reginald Boris. Please contact the police and Darren Michaels in Biddeford, Maine, USA for further information. I've heard scratching noises coming from beneath my room. I'm scared. I have discovered a space under the floor and was able to decipher the code. The solution was known by two storytelling brothers from Germany, GFT 62 17 1 25. I'm going to throw in this letter and ask Murray for another room. Darren, if you're reading this letter, I've really tried, so I'd like to thank you here for your help. I love you.
No. I would break down if anything happened to her. Noises under her room. Reginald Boris creeping about the hotel. Two storytelling brothers. How was that again? Two storytelling brothers from Germany. And here's a book. Grimm's Fairy Tales, that's gotta be it. There are 15 selected fairy tales in the contents. The Frog King or Iron Henry. GFT 12, Rapunzel. And so on up to GFT 187. That's exactly what's in Angelina's letter. GFT and then a few numbers. I'll take the contents page with me. Shame about the book, but nobody would have read it in the next 100 years anyway. Let's see. That's still not it. I'm doing something wrong. Angelina sent the letter to herself. It was her insurance. She knew that if anything happened to her, then this letter would show up. And if nothing happened to her, then she could have simply thrown the letter in the trash. If only that'd been the case. Let's see. If anyone's reading this, then something's gone wrong. My name is Angelina Morgan. That's the contents from the book The Fairy Tales of Brothers Grimm. There are 15 in total, all numbered in a list. I only know a few of them. Angelina sent the letter, and if not, let's see. If anyone's reading this, then something's gone wrong. My name is... That's the contents from the book. Let's see. That's it. I heard a quiet click. Ugh, a disgusting stench. That's gotta be the sewers. Or a hole that's being used as a sewer. It's pitch black. I can't tell how deep it is, but I think I have to go down there. Angelina's being held prisoner there somewhere. I know it. I need some light. Without a light, there's a good chance it'll be me who gets injured and needs rescuing. A higher chance than me finding and saving Angelina. There's just one single match in the box. I ought to think carefully about what I could do with it. An entirely ordinary sparkler. Was definitely much more valuable to Bobby than it is to me. An entirely ordinary... There's just one single match in the box. I ought to think carefully about what I could do with it. Should I sit myself down in front of the TV and wait until I see ghostly messages from Angelina in the white noise? Maybe not.
You can't be serious.
He's fast asleep, like a baby.
Hey, my man.
Wake up!
How? What?
Nah, it's about time.
What can I do for you?
We want another room.
The whole corridor stinks of sewage.
Of course.
No. I don't know what I could ask Murray right now. Huh. Lights up in 3 different colors. Oh man. I hate to buy this thing, but I need light, and I need it now.
An excellent choice, sir. A tribute to your good taste.
Just shut it. The batteries fit and I've got light. So, let's go down into the underground. It really is the sewers. Pretty ancient for sure. More than 100 years old. I can see water, and there's some steps in the wall. This is not an inviting place. I hate rats. A piece of timber about 1.5 feet long. I don't exactly know what all these grates are for. Maybe they're here to stop all the big pieces of flotsam, or they're here to stop folks breaking into houses from the drains. Hey, there's a metal bar on the wall. I'm taking it with me. You just never know. Seems to be holding. A real dream. Angelina will be able to tell from 100 yards off that I'm coming to her rescue. If Angelina is here, then she's definitely got to be on this side of the grate. It stinks especially bad in this section. A pipe which goes off downwards at an angle and hangs here. That's a piece of fabric. Could be from a blouse. and it doesn't look like it's been hanging all that long. I hope it's not Angelina's. But whose else could it be? The pipe leads steeply downwards. I can't see where it ends. It's big enough to climb into. Now, is she down there? Angelina! Angelina! Nothing. I just hope that the pipe doesn't get any narrower down there, and that I can't find a way back outside. Damn slippery, as though somebody had greased the pipe with... Ah! Ah! Oh! Damn. As if someone has put oil all over the pipe. The stupid soul key is cracked. I can't even see my hand in front of my face. I've still got the camera. The flash might help. What's that? Something soft. A cloth. I've got it. That's the pipe that I slid down. I can feel a slippery substance on the floor. That's the soul key. Or what's left of it. It shattered into lots of little pieces. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do with that. There's something very cold lying here. Metal. A pole or a tube. It really is a tube. About 18 inches long and quite heavy. There's something like a metal door here. Some kind of handle, but the door won't open. A metal thing. A bucket. There's something slimy in it. Oil. Stale, old oil. I'll wrap the rag around the bar and wedge it in a bit in the opening. Yeah, that ought to hold it. That's... It feels like rough fabric, but much heavier. And it's very long. A hose. I'll dip my homemade torch in the oil. So, it's drenched in oil. I'll stick it here in the wall. I don't really want hot oil running over my fingers. Here we go. My last match. Very good. 2 huge metal tanks. Perhaps for fuel or oil. Could also be water tanks. No wonder I couldn't open the door in the dark. It's been blocked with a pole. And it's a sliding door. The metal rails on the wall and floor give that away. That would suggest that I'm in some kind of a bunker. They're usually sliding doors in bunkers because you can still open them after an explosion. Of course, the door won't open with that there. I'll take it out of the way. Perhaps I can open the door with that. Something's happening. A few loose wires are hanging out of the box. A few loose wires are... Even with the light on, it looks like a hose. Looks as though they've been pulled out on purpose. I'll stick them in again. So let's see. Oh, there's even a light switch. This one here must be the switch for the door. The label makes it somewhat easier. You see? It works. A big, dark room and bars. I can hardly make anything out.
We've been expecting you, Darren.
What is this? Who are you?
One day, you will be our guest.
What are you gonna do? What have you done with Angelina? No. No!
I'm going now. By the way, escape is impossible. This is an old Second World War bunker. There are meter-thick concrete walls, steel, and rock between you and freedom. We'll come for you in a few days, Darren. I wish you a pleasant stay.
Damn it! What do you want from me? Why did you have to use Angelina as bait? Why her? I'm gonna find you. Ugh. A chain that's about 2 yards long. Looks like a screwdriver. What's that doing here? Looks like ready meals in aluminum trays. That's not the kind you'd get in the supermarket. Looks more like it's a to-go tray. Looks like ready meals in aluminum. I'll just take one. It seems they don't want to let me go thirsty. Huh. That's about 3 gallons. If you need around half a gallon a day, that means they want to keep me waiting here for no more than 6 days. Great. A camping stove. Presumably I'm supposed to heat up my food with it. I'll leave it there. If I need to warm something up or ignite something, then I can do it here. Tinned food, various soups, apricots, beans. I don't intend to stay down here long enough to eat all this. A huge padlock, quite old with a large keyhole. Damn, the lock seems to be rusted up. I've got to find another way to open it. If that would work, then there's no way they would have left the screwdriver lying here. Locked. The iron bars are covered in rust. I still can't move them. The iron bar, I still can't move. A cheap camping table with a chair. I guess this is supposed to be the comfortable corner of my jail? That's one of those things you can light gas with. The metal part is rubbed with a kind of flint and then makes sparks. It won't budge an inch. It won't budge. I shouldn't let the flame burn too long. Who knows how long the gas will last. I'm pretty sure that that's from Angelina's blouse. Here's some blood. Oh, hell. Apart from the fact that I've seriously lost my appetite, I don't really fancy a picnic in this cozy underground cell. There's plastic cutlery on the table. You can't do anything with it, not even eat properly. It's still very strong, even though it's old. I won't be able to break it open. I could use a welding torch right now. Or... Welding powder. It's a mixture of iron oxide and aluminum powder. That stuff burns at almost 4,500 degrees Fahrenheit and can easily melt iron. And iron oxide is in rust. There's enough of that here. The iron bars are covered in rust. I still can't move them. A common or garden? Good. I hope I can get enough rust off here. I've collected the powder on the pages of the storybook. Yeah, that should be enough. Right. I'll carefully scrape the aluminum off with the knife. Now this could take a while. Alright, I've mixed the aluminum powder with the powdered rust. It's sure not the greatest welding powder, but it ought to do for the lock. That's it. The welding powder's in the lock. I shouldn't let the flame burn too long. Who knows how long the gas will last. Good. It's lit. I'll have to hurry up. It's not gonna burn forever. Alright then. Real careful now. It's really evil stuff. The wicked thing is, it can burn without oxygen. That means you can't put it out with sand, for example. And if you pour water on it, the water is broken down by the heat, creating oxygen, or hydrogen, or oxyhydrogen, explosive gas. Everything explodes and superheated droplets fly everywhere. There's been some serious accidents. So it's not really something to try at home. But this was an emergency. I'll put the light on first. That was easy. That's, no idea what that is. It says here that it's a rubber dinghy with a built-in compressed air capsule. You pull the ripcord and the dinghy inflates within seconds. Phew. It must have been the cutting edge of technology back then. An old box. An old box. Let's see. Magnesium flares. I'll take them. A hose. Quite thick. The kind that firefighters use. The metal locker must be about 50 years old, like most things here. I'm surprised that everything is kept so well. The thick walls probably keep things preserved. There's a box. These are cables with igniters, presumably for dynamite. I'll take one of the cables with me. I don't need any more cable at the moment. Oh crap. I know I'm gonna regret this. Angelina's pursuer, Reginald Boris. He's been stabbed to death. Perhaps I'll find some clues to what happened to Angelina.
Don't let it happen. You have to stop the evil.
God damn it! This can't be for real. This can't be for real. What the hell is that in his breast pocket? Oh, gee, looting a corpse. Just what I needed. But if it helps Angelina... Okay, I've just gotta do it. Sounds like a poem. But this is just half of it. The paper's torn. Days be done, Gordon's son, hanging long and grow, the light, end in sight. I've no idea what that means, but I'll take the paper. And there's something else. Insulation tape. Ah, that's it. Luckily, there's nothing else here. I guess it's been lying around here for years. It probably won't last much longer. That's one of the 3 levers. What have we got here? Whoa, a stick of dynamite. Does 50-year-old dynamite still work? Or does it work too well and explode in my hands? Okay. Alright then. I'll leave the other stick here for now. I don't want to push my luck. The cylinder of compressed air would have been refilled using this compressor. It's seen better days, but it's not fit for the junkyard just yet. The cylinder of compressed air... The people who were living in this bunker seem to have left half of their things behind. There are bottles, boards, crates, pipe fittings, cardboard boxes, all kinds of things. Boards, a broken lamp, and an old-fashioned detonating device. It's for detonating explosives, like the ones they used to use in quarries and mines. You turn the crank handle to build up an electric charge. When you press the button, it fires an igniter cap at the end of the wire. The door is bolted from outside. It's a huge armored door. I can't break something like this open. I'll have to look for another way. Huh. A pressure hatch like the ones you see in submarine movies. Looks old, but isn't rusty yet. Let's see. There's not much to see. Oh, it smells like stagnant water and rust. This could be some kind of water storage or tank or something. The crate looks pretty rickety. Won't be long before it falls apart. What a disgusting brew. These pieces broke off the concrete girder. The wall here seems to have been repaired, for whatever reason. It leads back downwards, but that could be my way to freedom. It's not moving. The hatch is very rusty, probably because of the water down here. A concrete girder. It's almost directly above the hatch. Hopefully the floor up there doesn't cave in when I walk on it, but I think it'll support me even without the girder. It's not... You know, sometimes the only thing that helps is brute force. Okay, very carefully. As soon as electricity flows through the wire, the igniter caps fire, exploding the stick of dynamite. Hopefully that's enough to blast the hatch open. I'll have to position the stick of dynamite and attach the fuse cable first. Alright, I'll wrap the ends of the two wires around the contacts. The wire's connected to the stick of dynamite in the detonator. Everything's ready for the explosion. You know what? I've always wanted to do this. Damn! There's hardly a scratch on it. It's ripped the handle clean off, but most of the energy from the explosion has just dissipated. The power of the explosion has just dissipated like a little firecracker you light in your hand. I'll have to find another way to open the hatch. Magnesium flares light up very brightly and can also burn underwater. Divers use them when they're way down deep, where normal lamps won't work. Another fuse cable. Hopefully the second stick is as sound as the first one. I don't know whether the dynamite is still gonna work. Well, it's not blown me into 1,000 pieces yet, so I guess that's something. Can't see nothing of interest. The metal door closed behind me when the guy pulled one of these levers. Let's see. Aha! I don't see any reason to close the door. I'll leave it open so there's a way for me to get back. I think I ought to place the charge first, and then make it live. The first explosion has hardly scratched the hatch. A second one's not gonna do much more. I hope that works. Okay. Very carefully. The dynamite should blast the concrete girder from the ceiling once and for all. I'll have to connect the dynamite to a fuse cable first. I'll wrap the end of the two wires around the contacts again. Then let's try again. This time it has to work. Sure enough, it's penetrated the hatch. There's some kind of pipe down there. It leads downwards. It would be big enough for me, but I can't see where it leads. And I can't squeeze past the piece of concrete. I can't move it, it's too heavy. I'll put the chain around the piece of concrete. This damn beam is blocking my way. I've got to find a way to lift it. This damn beam is blocking my way. There are metal eyelets on the dinghy. I'll fasten the chain on there. The boat is attached to the chain, which is wrapped around the piece of concrete. That might work. And up it goes. Damn. Up there's the way out. But there's no ladder here. I'm guessing that the room up there is the one behind the steel door, but I can't get at the grate. A water hose, maybe 10 yards long. Somehow I gotta get up there. Perhaps I could flood this pipe and swim up? The concrete beam has broken off a piece of the wall here, and a few wires are sticking out. I think they're live. I'd better not touch them. An electric shock here could mean death. Stripping the wires is a good idea. Holding on to the ladder at the same time is too. But doing both at the same time is pretty difficult. The cylinder of compressed air would have been refilled using this compressor. The cylinder of compressed... fire hose with metal connectors at both ends. Not exactly some kind of oversized tap. There's a connector for a hose on it. That wouldn't get me anywhere. The hose would only just reach beyond the cell. What am I gonna achieve with that? I've joined the 2 short hoses into a long one. The connector fits. The hose is connected to the water outlet. First, I should put the end of the hose where the water's gonna help me. I've connected the 2 hoses together, but too much pressure and you can bet they won't hold out. The section of the hose from out of the water doesn't look too good anymore. I'm gonna have to do up the clips by hand. It is just long enough. There's a pair of gloves and a wrench. I'll take them both with me. I'll wrap the gloves with insulating tape. It'd be best to bend the electric wires out of the pipe and into the tank room. Oh, get out of here. All right, that's that. wonder why there's a jail. All right then, let's flood the pipe. That should be enough. It's working. Keep going, keep going. Just one more. Oh, that's it. Just in time. Brilliant. I almost kill myself getting through the first door, and the next one's waiting a few feet on. And you wouldn't expect anything else. It ain't doing the slightest thing. An old wagon, like what used to be used in mines. It appears to have been built to transport heavy loads. It looks very solid and heavy. This room looks less like a bunker than the other one. More a combination of a bunker and a mine. Perhaps the builder of this bunker used a remote part of an old mine? The rock face gives extra protection, and less earth would have to be moved. There's a crevice, a crack in the stone, about half a yard high. I can't really make out much, but the crevice seems to go up diagonally. Huh, a pile of stones. Most of the stones must weigh at least 60 or 80 pounds. The bunker room's on the other side. Maybe the door can be opened from this side? The bunker room's on the other side. The bunker room's on the other. They look really heavy. Huh. One of the wheels is missing. Perhaps that's why it was out of service. They look really heavy. I almost drowned just now, and I want that to stay as an almost. bet it opens the door to the main room. The concrete beam slipped into the pipe once the dinghy burst. That's why the water has risen so high. Besides, I don't want to go back down there. I prefer to stay dry. The compressor's flywheel is about the size of the wagon's wheels, and it's fastened with 4 nuts. Got it. It would really be a coincidence if that fits, but I guess I need some luck sometimes too. It could really fit. It's a little smaller than the other wheels, but it's just as solid. They look really heavy. Let's see. It works! Damn it, that's it. The planks aren't quite as robust as I thought. Weird. One of the planks is broken. Fortunately, the others are thicker and have lasted. There's a shaft down there. I can't see the floor. I can just see darkness after a few feet. I'll move the planks to the wall over there. Still not much to see. The light only reaches a few feet down. Get out of here. It's disappeared. I don't even want to know how deep that thing is. I'm definitely not going to climb into it. An iron chain. Quite solid and around 5 yards long. I'll hook the chain under the coupling. It's directly attached to the frame and should be able to hold plenty. Now I have to secure the other end of the chain somewhere. I'll just put the chain around 2 of the bars. If they're ripped out, I'll have enough space to climb into the crevice. That's it. The bars and the wagon are joined with the chain. The stones are adding real weight, and I can can barely manage to get them into the wagon. The wagon full of stones must weigh a good half a ton. The wagon is right at the edge of the shaft and it's full of 100-weight stones. I can't move it an inch. I might be able to move it that short distance with a lever. The planks are of various thickness, and some are much more worn than others. Perhaps they're made out of different kinds of wood. I'll take one of the thick, solid ones. I'll leave the rest where it is. All right then. I just need to make sure to get out of the way quick enough as soon as the wagon falls. Okay, the two bars have been ripped clean out of the concrete. Now there's enough room to climb up through the crevice. Let's hope that the crevice leads to freedom. Oh, God damn it! Crawl out of the trap and land in the Order's assembly room? Oh, this can't be for real. Fortunately, it looks like there's no one here. There's a fire burning in the dish. That means that someone was here not so long ago. Hopefully they won't be coming back as long as I'm here. There's several folded cloaks lying in front of the chest. 5 or 6 of them. Does that mean this conspiracy is only made up of a handful of people? Is this some kind of assembly room? A club room for the local necromancy and black magic society. Okay. As soon as I found Angelina, I'm out of here. No clues. Nothing that might help me. Again. Why do I continuously find myself standing in front of locked doors? Ugh! Oh, hell. That's another way of doing it. All right. Calm down now. Angelina's still missing. Perhaps she's been used as bait in order to lure me here. But why? And where is she now? Perhaps I should talk to Miss Valley again. She knows more than she lets on. The question is, what's with the Order? I mean, who belongs to it? What do they want from me?